We are at Craft Alliance today in the Steinberg Gallery for the Artist-in-Residence exhibition, Where to Begin, When to End, Marina, Peng, and Mijay. This is the 11-month culmination of their work at Craft Alliance as Artist-in-Residence. The Artist-in-Residency program gives an opportunity to emerging artists engaging with craft to hone their skills, build professional connections, and create work.
I couldn't have been more excited about being selected at the Craft Alliance as Artist-in-Residence for 2022-23. I have works that are video, there are installations, there are wall-installed pieces, and these are all using found and repurposed material. They are my contemplations on my life as an immigrant. Although they trigger from my personal life, they address the larger global immigration issue. One of the pieces where there are tiny human-like figures placed on a very narrow wooden plank, and they are placed on two very delicately balanced pedestals. It's basically representing the journey of people who are trying to walk the very narrow and highly precarious geographical as well as the legal process of moving from one place to another. One tiny mistake and you're done. All these pieces represent the kind of tumultuous life we are leaving behind and we unknowingly are stepping into. But they represent resilience, hope, and the force of life that we nurture in us, and then we endure such life-threatening journeys. It was such an interesting thing that Marina Peng was selected to be the Artist-in-Residence at Craft Alliance. It was fun to be working in the studio together. If you see the show, it is curated so well that each piece weaves with the other piece and you have a holistic experience. You are not looking at a person's work, but you are looking at a show that weaves through the whole idea of immigrants' life.
Mijay and myself, we come from slightly different backgrounds. She is an immigrant from India and my parents immigrated from China. But because of that connection with migration, there's a lot of interesting ties between our work. We both work in textile, it's a very obvious thing, but in addition to that, we both were thinking a lot about journeys. Hers are more external, mine are more internal journeys. But I think that our work really complements one another. There's a lot of struggles that you can see within the work, and there's a lot of interesting ties between specific pieces, like the materials used or the colors. So my work in the exhibition, it's a series of handmade rugs. 4 of them are done with punch needle and 1 of them is hand woven. They are all exploring different internal struggles I have, internal monologues, black and white thinking, vicious cycles that I go through internally. And they're made with pretty laborious processes. There is punch needle, which is creating rugs with a punch needle tool, and they're done stitch by stitch, so very, very slow. And then hand weaving, of course, you're weaving row by row. So they're all very meditative processes. And by making these works and by working so slowly on them, you are also meditating, of course, on your own thinking and kind of what led you to where you are. And so the processes link directly to the theme of the show.
We are incredibly excited to present Marina and Mijay's work. They both tell stories that are so important for the public to learn and present innovative use of textile work in the works presented in the gallery. To learn more about this exhibition and future projects, along with classes and other educational opportunities, please visit www.craftalliance.org.